Hopefully that should have it. Okay. Hi. I am. Okay, this is my daughter. We look crazy for a reason. We are getting ready for bed, but we're huge Gilmore Girl fans, and we've been thinking about doing a series of our top 5 favorites. But there's so many favorites, so we had to break it down into a lot of categories. So tell them some of the categories that we were thinking about.
Well, some of the ones was we've got pretty much like favorites, favorite moments of basically every character in the series. But we've also got certain themes. We've got some of like things I learned about love, and then there's some just some great quotes, some great meltdowns.
Yes, that's exactly what I was going to say. Be watching for our 5 favorite Paris meltdowns. I know I said that funny, didn't I? 5 favorite Paris meltdowns. That's kind of a tongue twister, but that one's going to be so fun if we can narrow it down to 5 because hello, there's so many. All right, but tonight our appearance is giving away our theme. So here's what we are in Snuggies. That's what this is, in case you thought that it looked familiar. Hers is Elsa. Mine's just plain pink, generic, Big Lots brand, whatever. We have on our face cream. We're getting ready for bed. So we've always kind of considered ourselves such big fans, and we have a lot in common with the Gilmore Girls, which I know all fans think that they do, but tell them what you've always called us.
Well, I have always said that we're the blonde Gilmore Girls because she used to have blonde hair, as you may have seen in some of our earlier videos.
No, you never said just blondes, though. No, that's not all you said.
I forgot the rest of what I said.
She said we were the blonde, Christian, curvy Gilmore Girls because we are not tall, thin people. We are short, curvy little people. And I was naturally blonde, but I have changed my hair color a lot. If you've been watching my YouTube channel, you've seen some of those changes. But I'm skipping showing you the DIY. Watch for the DIY because I went from blonde to red to this Merlot now. But anyway, so here we go. I don't drink Merlot, but I like it on my head. So we need to get moving on though. Our top 5 tonight is in keeping with the theme of her appearance. It is our top 5 pajama moments of the Gilmore Girls characters. Are you ready? It was so hard to narrow it down to 5. Number 5, we're going to look at Emily. Now, you may think, Emily, when do we ever see Emily in pajamas? But what we do, tell them when we see Emily in pajamas.
We see Emily in pajamas is right after Richard's mother dies. And she had been working really hard to plan out the funeral because his mother had so many specific arrangements that she wanted. And she'd gotten so stressed out that it seems to me that she just finally gave it all up and was just
actually, she got really upset because she found the letter.
Oh,
where Richard's mom was completely dissing Emily before the wedding and tried to talk Richard into not marrying Emily, but instead marrying Penelon Lot. We're familiar with that name. So Emily gets on a big tirade. She is over it. She completely loses it. I love to watch Emily lose it. It's hysterical. So she loses it, and we find her in her robe, Emily in her robe, sitting around drinking and smoking and reading a trashy novel of some sort. And she is hysterically fussing about Penelon Lot. So that is my number 5 favorite Gilmore Girl pajama moment. Number 4, we are going to look at, I think I'm going backwards, Logan. Logan is very dapper. He has wonderful clothes, rich boy, cute, preppy style, clean cut. But we get a little glimpse of a scruffy moment with Logan, which is my favorite moment. And this is when Logan has had the accident. When he went on the big adventure with the left and right. The Death and Life Brigade.
Life and Death.
Oh shoot! Did I mess it up? Oh, okay, I'm glad she's here to help me out. She's good at correcting me. Anyway, so say it again.
Life and Death.
Life and Death, wasn't it? Death and Life. That sounds better. It sounds more daring. Okay. Anyway, so he has completely messed himself up. He come home from the hospital. He's still with a broken leg and Nicky broke ribs, which has got to be excruciating because I have rib pains. I understand that. But he's finally going to be able to walk. And Rory is not even catching the moment because she's so mad at his dad about what he had printed about her, taking credit for all of her
success.
Thank you, her success. I need her. Her success. So she's really ticked off and rambling. And then there's a moment where Logan gets out with his scruffy little face where he's been laying in bed trying to heal. And he's in his pajamas, which guy pajamas are basically for him is sweats and a t-shirt. But I like seeing Logan all grungy in his sweats and a t-shirt and his little scruffy 5 o'clock shadow face. That is good stuff. So he's getting out of bed, hobbling, and he tells her, Helen Keller just signed water. It's his way, his literary way of saying, look, I've made progress. And he goes, are you proud of your boy? And she's like, oh, I am. But she barely pauses at the moment. And I'm going, Rory, dude is smoking right now and you're missing it. But that's my number 4 favorite pajama moment on the Gilmore Girls. Number 3. We are actually at number 3. Take it.
Oh, okay.
This is 2. Okay, I'll say it. This is a double pajama moment with Lorelai. It takes place on the same day. We find Lorelai showing up at Luke's diner, apologizing at the crack of dawn in her pajamas and a jacket because she stood him up for their paint date, which he said was not a date. But come on, it kind of was. And she stood him up because of Christopher, of all people. So that had to be just heart-wrenching for Luke. And he knew what the story was. So she tries to apologize it away, and finally she admits that it is because of Christopher. And she shows up there in the pajamas, but at the same time, the very same morning, we see her with Christopher, and this is the moment where Christopher first proposes to her, unless you don't count when he proposed technically when they were 16, but that doesn't count in my opinion. But he first proposes to her in the kitchen, and he says he wants to marry her, and she was like, completely blown away and did not take it remotely seriously, and instead they end up getting an argument about Metallica and another band that is like evading me right now, and I hate that it does because normally I know it, but as you can see it's late at night and I'm sleepy. Remind me of who the other band was in the comments. That though is my number 3 top favorite out of the top 5 Gilmore pajama moments. Number 2 we have Rory. You take Rory.
Okay.
Rory.
So this is when Rory was in high school, still attending Chilton, and she had made friends with girls in the Puffs sorority,
Something like that, yeah.
high school sorority group, and so and so her mom Lorelai had told her that she needs to put on her best pajamas and maybe some lip gloss and to comb her hair before she went to sleep because she knew that she was going to get kidnapped that night to be officially initiated as a member of the Puffs.
So Rory wasn't really into this, but she kind of was encouraged to socialize, as you know. So she goes along with it, and then Paris didn't know that they were going to kidnap her, and she's looking kind of like we do right now. And so she's humiliated and comes with her poofed up hair, and she's like, geez, do you look like that when you wake up? And nothing in my life is fair, I think is what she says, something to that degree. And Rory's all beautiful and porcelain skinned and smoothed hair and nice pajamas and lip glossed, and she's, because she's been given a little bit of spy information from Lorelai ahead of time. But that's one of the times we see Rory in her pajamas. I had a really close tie on this one with when Rory meets Naked Guy and gives her robe to him, and she's standing there in her little blue pajamas, and after she does give him her robe, she's already uncomfortable because he's there naked, but on top of that, she takes her robe off, and it's so funny to watch her do the arm cross constantly to try to make sure she's not showing anything. That's kind of a cute moment there too. But I need to not tie. We need to leave it to her 5. But are we ready for number 1?
Yes.
Oh, number 1 is hysterical. Number 1, the scene is set. Lori, I just said Lori. I'm so sleepy. Rory and Lorelai. I should just let her talk the whole time. Rory and Lorelai are going to Suki's, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the middle of the night, unexpected. Is this because of the termites?
This was because of the termites.
Because of the termites. So they're going unexpected over to Suki and Jackson's house, and they're there, and they're gonna hang out and spend the night. But they're gonna zip forward to making the smoothies, and milkshakes. Oh my goodness! So they're like, oh, we'll do this, we'll do that, we'll do all these different kind of stay the night, up all night, sleep over things. And they're like, Suki, it's midnight, and they're like, okay, we're going straight for the milkshakes. But they hear a sound in the closet, and lo and behold, who is it?
It is Jackson.
And what is Jackson wearing?
He is wearing these pajamas that his cousin or brother, someone, had made for him that had pictures of him when he was in high school wearing his old wrestling uniform.
Photos covered head to toe. His pajamas are covered head to toe in photos of Jackson in his wrestling gear from his wrestling team, and it is hysterical. And the main reason he was hiding in the closet, I think he didn't want people to know he was there, but I think the secondary reason, probably the primary reason, is because of those horrid pajamas, but they're hysterical. And someone should really make those and sell them on Etsy, because I would buy them for whoever my future spouse is, right? Somebody get on that, find pictures of Jackson in his wrestling gear,
Do that.
put them on men's pajamas, we will buy them.
You have two
What?
automatic customers.
Two
already.
sales already, so somebody get on that. Okay, so fast forwarding, that's our top 5. We really had a hard time narrowing it down. We had a big list. So now what we want you to do, tell us all the mistakes we made, number 1, because I know I made them, I'm sleepy. But she didn't. She did pretty well. She's got her head together better than I do. But tell us the mistakes we made. Remind us who the band was other than Metallica they were discussing. It's going to hit me, and I'm going to really be really ticked off that I couldn't remember. I almost have it now. Oh my gosh. I hate that. It's like the tip of my brain. Okay, anyway, tell us that, but also tell us your favorite pajama moments on the Gilmore Girls. Any of the characters, when we see them in their nighttime clothes of any sort, let us know. Was there a time that Richard was in his pajamas? I'm thinking of one time we saw a glimpse. Was there more? Luke! Oh my gosh, I looked for Luke moments in his pajamas. All I could ever find was him shirtless in bed with Lorelai, which, hello, that's great. But was he in pajamas? Please let me know. It's really important to me. I don't know how I'm going to fall asleep until I find out, but I will try. Good night.
Good night.
Oh. Stay tuned. We're going to start a series. I will let her talk more, I promise. But we're going to do more top 5. This one hand, not 2. Top 5 Gilmore Girl moments. Give us your suggestions of what we should cover. We've already got a list this long. I think we've got material to last forever. But if you have any more, let us know.